Welcome to another episode of Tube Test. We're here in Salina, Kansas with Aaron Hausholter, and I'm pretty excited because we get to listen and check out the FLEA microphones made 100% in Europe. Tell me about FLEA microphones.
Well, actually they're Slovakian made. Ivan and the guys there. It's a small company. I think there's about maybe 5 employees that really work on the mics. They do some OEM stuff and build parts kits and other things like that, but the company itself, under the FLEA name, only build about 18 microphones a month. So there are times we'll order like 6 U47s. It might take them 3 weeks, which is still pretty fast, but I mean, it's real manufacturing. It's not, you know, they're not being stamped out. They're handmade, as you can see, the precision, quality. A great mic. You know, I was looking for something to pick up that gap above our Neumann line, kind of where the M149 and M150 sort of left off, and some of the vintage feel. And FLEA's name kept coming up from people I respected who had bought them in the past, and really, you know, had great things to say about it. People who own vintage mics and own FLEA said, man, they're just like the old ones, only they're reliable, the tubes are cheaper, it's blah, blah, blah. You know, so everybody went into it. So when we got them in, you know, we opened them up, and of course, the first thing you look, it's like, whoa. You know, there's just you know, when you open up a Chinese mic, it looks one way, and you're like, that's pretty cool. You know, it's fun. It's amazing they can do it for $250 or whatever. But when you open this up, it's a whole different feeling. It's like, wow, that's the difference. You know what I mean? It's like a BMW versus like a Yugo or something. And so it really, we were initially impressed with just the visual appearance of it and the precision and everything else. And then, you know, we happened to have a session going like right at that time. We just took the mic in here, we plugged it in, and the first thing we noticed is, I mean, it was like the first time we plugged into an LA2A or a Poltec or any of those things. You just said, I've heard that sound before. I know that sound. And it had all the body and that crisp thing. You know, it just sounded like the Beatles or whatever that you'd grown up listening to. And one thing that I discovered is, you know, mics, when you're recording like a female or certain voices, you know, you kind of sometimes you got to use a C12 on a woman or an M49, or, you know, you move around. This mic really seemed to cover about 95% of the people that we record singing, and I just thought, man, what a great statement, because, you know, it's an expensive mic by some standards, and a lot of people can't buy 3 different mics to use. They really got to buy that one high quality mic that's going to do it all for the vocals, and that was the one thing that the FLEAs really came strongly across with. So you want a product that helps sell itself because people love it, and it's a good quality piece, and that's what it's really all about.
Well, let's test out this, you know, FLEA 47, or actually FLEA 48.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got the FLEA U48 warmed up and ready to go. So let's test it out. And let's try one of those good public domain songs like Amazing Grace. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see. Sounds like I've got a U47 or U48 right in front of me. Wow, sounds fantastic. Well, you know, how would this sound on a girl vocal? Natalie, the camera woman, why don't we get you to sing? You ready to do it?
Okay, are you rolling?
Yeah.
Okay. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. That sounds really good. I like all the meatiness. It's very meaty. Is that a word people use with microphones? Meaty. That's how I describe it.
Okay, so what is this?
Now this is the U47. We tried the U48. This is the U47 with the chrome top, which some people really like, and speaks of the early U47s. And it has the FLEA version of the M7 capsule, their F7 capsule, which is their, you know, early vintage style capsule. A little longer mic body, a little different transformer.
So now we've got a FLEA U47 with an M7 capsule warmed up and ready to go, and an EF12 tube in it. So let's check this one out. After you've gone and left me crying, after you've gone, there's no denying you feel blue, you're gonna be sad. You miss the dearest pal that you ever had. There'll come a time, don't you forget it. There'll come a time when you'll regret it. Someday, when you grow lonely, your heart will break like mine. You'll want me only after you've gone, after you've gone away. Unbelievable. Oh my gosh. This sounds as good, if not better, than any U47. And I just heard a few U47s in Los Angeles, a modern one that was built recently, but had all the VF14, K47 capsule, and the whole thing was Neumann, but it had been rebuilt. Does not sound like this. Yeah. This sounds phenomenal. And at the same time, it doesn't sound like a modern mic. It sounds like a U47. Hold on, I gotta hear this again. Everybody loves a baby, that's why I'm in love with you. And it's got that proximity effect thing, and it's just clear. It's not sibilant, but it's got that high.
Exactly.
Oh man, actually, I like the M7. For me personally, better. But let's get Natalie out on this thing
And action. After you've gone and left me crying, after you've gone, there's no denying you'll feel blue, you'll feel sad. You miss the bestest pal, boy, you ever had. There'll come a time, don't you forget it. There'll come a time, boy, when you will regret it. Someday, when you grow lonely, your heart will break like mine, and you want me only after you've gone away. That sounds good. I like that one.
You can pick these mics up from us at recordingservicesandsupply.com, all spelled out, recordingservicesandsupply.com, as well as on eBay under username Studio1117.
Next time on Tube Tests, I stayed up a little late last night finishing my do-it-yourself mic kit using the Equinox Systems body, but this, of course, is the inside. I'm just about to finish it up, put it all together, and test it out. Next time on Tube Tests.
As if I'm talking to you.
Yeah, do you think I should do it?
We could make this a music video.